Hello, in this video I would like to discuss a topic that I regularly hear about, a question that comes often: how to make symmetrical decreases leaning to the right or to the left in Tunisian crochet. Now, I often use the Tunisian simple stitch as the basic stitch for my videos to show techniques in Tunisian crochet. What it's important to remember is that the Tunisian simple stitch, it's a vertical bar anchored to the right into the bottom vertical bar, and then at the top here to the left. You see, the Tunisian simple stitch is not a symmetrical stitch, so it's not easy to have symmetrical decreases leaning to the right or to the left with a stitch that is not symmetrical. Now, we can still make symmetrical decreases in Tunisian crochet. You see, that's what I've done here. So you see the loops are coming from the right or from the left, but yet the visual is not perfect because of the Tunisian stitches, the Tunisian simple stitches, because these stitches are slightly leaning to the left. So even if the decreases are perfectly symmetrical, the Tunisian stitches in between these decreases are not symmetrical. They're slightly leaning to the left. Have a look here. This decrease is exactly the opposite of that decrease. You see here the Tunisian simple stitches. You have these vertical bars with loops coming on the right. And here you see that my vertical bars from the Tunisian simple stitches, they lean to the left, so they're closer to the decrease here. And also the space in between the vertical bars is different. Here it's a normal space in between two vertical bars. And here the space is wider, slightly wider, because the decrease here goes to the right, but the next Tunisian simple stitch tends to lean to the left, creating this wider space. I'm going to show you how to make these two types of decreases. I make them with, I say that I make them on the return pass. Basically, I close a few more loops together on the return pass. So I start with a chain, one chain, then yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two to close my simple stitches. Here for the decrease, I will close these three loops together. So yarn over, pull through three. Yeah, that's for the decrease. And then yarn over, pull through one for the simple stitch. And again, here I want to make a decrease, so I will close these three loops together. And I'm making a yarn over and pull through three. And then I finish my return pass, yarn over, pull through two, until I have only one loop left on my hook, like this. So basically, these decreases are identical. They're not symmetrical, but they respect the same construction type as the Tunisian simple stitch. So the loops, they get out from the right side of the previous loops in the previous round. The previous row, sorry. So now I make Tunisian simple stitches. So I pick up one loop under each vertical bar. For the decrease here, I go under two vertical bars, yarn over, pull up a loop, so it's a decrease. I had two loops in the previous row, now I only have one loop. I make another Tunisian simple stitch. Yeah, you see, so the construction type is exactly the same, and for this decrease I do exactly the same as well. So everything is the same, with a loop going from the right side of each vertical bar from the previous row. Yeah, so it's not symmetrical because the Tunisian simple stitch is not symmetrical. And then I finish my row with Tunisian simple stitches and an edge stitch, like this. Now, to make symmetrical decreases leaning to the left or to the right, pay attention here. My loops, they all come from the right of the vertical bars from the previous row. even for the decrease here, yeah, from the right, 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 and they're here for this decrease. The loop comes out from the left side of the decrease, so it's a symmetry. I have a wider space here because my decrease leans to the right, and my next Tunisian simple stitch tends to lean to the left because my loop comes out of it from the right side. You see this wider space. Pay attention to this space because we will try to close it a bit on the return pass. So how it works, how does it work? Here, I start with a yarn over, pull through 1, that's the chain, then yarn over, pull through 2 to close my first Tunisian simple stitch. Here I will try to narrow the gap between my decrease and the next Tunisian simple stitch, so I will close these 3 loops together. Yarn over, pull through 3 loops, and you see that this is done before the actual decrease. Yeah, yarn over, pull through 2 for my decrease, yarn over, pull through 2 for the Tunisian simple stitch, and then again for the decrease here leaning to the left, yarn over, pull through 3. Yeah. Then I finish the return pass, yarn over, pull through 2 until I have only 1 loop left on my hook. Yeah. So this decrease is symmetrical with that other decrease. You see? They're exactly the same. What is different is the orientation of the Tunisian simple stitches in between. Tunisian simple stitches, you make them by inserting your hook from right to left. Well, I'm a right-handed person, it will be the opposite for a left-handed person, but it doesn't change anything to the principle. I go from right to left under 2 vertical bars, even for the decrease. So I keep that basic construction for Tunisian simple stitches. Here I have one again, from the right to the left. And here, for this decrease, I will just do the opposite. So I will not go from right to left, but from left to right. So I will make a twisted up stitch. Actually, I'm making 2 twisted up stitches together, and then not yarn over, but yarn under the hook, and I pull up a loop like this. So the orientation of my stitch is leaning to the right, and then I keep on making Tunisian simple stitches like this. Voila, I hope this video helps to show you how to make symmetrical decreases in Tunisian crochet.